Alright guys, welcome back to Napoleon Total War with me playing as Russia. And where we left off last time, I had been attacking that large French army in Turin. And what I'm going to be doing here is showing the replay of that battle against that large French army in Turin that Napoleon had originally taken Turin from me. And he was originally there, but instead he has left to go back to Switzerland and has just left a subordinate in charge of almost that entire army. I think he left with just himself and one line infantry regiment, and he's left everyone else to go after me. And so, well, they have 1, 2, 3.
Sir, our general is under attack.
They have 10 line infantry regiments, the French do. I have probably a slightly fewer line infantry regiments, but I also have a much higher variety in my army. I have light infantry. I have light infantry and stuff like that as well. They have more. They have the same amount of artillery that I do. I have slightly more cavalry. I'm trying to actually see what I'm going to do with all these guys. 2 of them are Cossacks. I know a lot of people find Cossacks. I mean, historically the Cossacks were extremely useful, but I think for the purposes of this particular game, they're not really all that useful because they're pretty terrible when it comes to combat and stuff like that. I actually prefer. I think Hussars are all very nearly as good as far as scouting roles are concerned, but they're better in combat than Cossacks are for sure. So anyway, beginning this battle, there's this little rise here that I put a few of my infantry and one of my artillery units on top of. And this allows me to send my infantry forward a tiny bit, maybe my cavalry. I'm just actually gonna speed this up for a while because not a whole lot to show right here, except me bombarding their cavalry a little bit. But I'm gonna try and work all their cavalry off the field before our lines become engaged, or before I send my at some point I'm actually going to send my cavalry over to attack their artillery, because their artillery is actually doing quite a number on me. As you can see, I'm down 15 men in this regiment already. And that was just 3 of those shots right there. So I'm down 17 men, 18. They're really tearing my 8th regiment apart. In fact, the enemy will seem to really like to... Whoa! I just lost 8 men there in the blink of an eye. Literally. But they just all seem to really like to tear apart that 8th Regiment foot. But what I've got, I'm tearing apart their 16th light horse here. Their Chasseurs Cheval. If I can get out all their... Oh, they should be going soon. That's... Wait. Oh, they're in a pandemonium, and they only have 2 men left, and they're gonna lose. Yeah. And oh, right. I start spraying their men with this line regiment gets just a little bit too close, and I start spraying up canister shot. And they're gonna get 1 more bullets here from my canister, and oh man. They're down to 45. They've been shattered just like that. Their 3rd line regiment. And that was like, if it's a 3rd line regiment, that's probably a pretty good unit. It was probably the one that's been with Napoleon almost the entire time. Even if it didn't somehow have a ton of experience, but it doesn't really matter too much at this point, because what I'm really trying to focus on now is taking out their general lancers. Their Lancer General, or however you want to call it. Because I can rout as much of their cavalry as possible. They'll be in tough shape. Can even probably take out their general. In fact, I'm going to probably be taking out their general really soon here. Not much is going to happen until that starts. Oh wow, they're down to less than half. Watch, their general is going to die at any moment now. There, he's right there. Watch. Not quite. And... whoa. Oh! Oh. I thought I was looking at... I think their general was in this maelstrom right here, and they're completely shattered. Now he's gone. And with that, that's 2/3 of their cavalry gone. So now I just need to wait until these guys... oh yeah, these guys are going to get completely walloped here. You just watch. They're down 10 already, and they're just going to get annihilated. I wouldn't go going forward any farther if I were you guys. Oh, they're going for. Oh, they're gonna regret that. Oh! They lose 30 men. That cavalry loses 30 men just like that, and they are down for the count. The 28 men at least. Somehow that canister shot didn't get them. I am really disgruntled by that. They should have gotten them. Why they didn't, I don't know. But it doesn't even matter because they're about to throw themselves into action soon enough. And in fact, I sent my artillery right after them. Unfortunately, one of their cannon shots they get a really lucky shot at one point and take out a bunch of my... They took out a bunch of my men. They only took out like one horse. Well, actually, never mind. They took out a bunch of horses. They took out a bunch of my men there. But it doesn't even matter at this point because their cavalry is now completely shattered. So that's it for their artillery and their cavalry. Basically, they're pretty much both of those have been neutralized. So now their infantry goes in. And watch, most of them are just going to get blitzed, as you can see. Somehow my artillery shot is not quite getting them yet, but they should be soon enough. Come on. They lost like 3. Oh, they're again. The 44th is getting shattered. And so is their 52nd. 52nd is taking a lot of losses. They just lost like 15, right? Maybe not 15, but they lost a lot. Oh yeah, their 52nd is just receiving the worst of it. They're taking fire from every which direction. Oh, their 52nd just took a lot of damage. I think the biggest mistake I might have made was concentrating too many men on my right flank. Especially these guys. I'm not sure why I don't have these guys engaged. Maybe they were taking too heavy losses from artillery, but so were these guys, but I obviously couldn't afford to take them out of line. So these guys are kind of getting torn apart, but otherwise I think things are going pretty well. I mean, for some reason, everyone is targeting my 8th Regiment. I mean, look how many losses they've taken because everyone decides to win on target. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, to be perfectly honest. And see, look. Look, I've lost over 80 men in that unit because they decided they all wanted to target it. But joke's on them because they should have been targeting other parts of my line, especially my artillery, because they're just getting blitzed by everyone now. And my cavalry... Whoa, who are they attacking? Oh, armed citizens. They're only attacking the armed citizenry here. Their armed citizenry is going to be down and out soon enough. Yeah, their armed citizenry is down. And I sent... These guys have all pretty much gotten shattered by canister shot and whatnot. Yep. The 29th is down, having lost over half of their men. The 28th and 29th are being routed. I'm not sure if they're shattered yet, but they're definitely being routed. Over here, oh yeah, over here I do send in my Uhlans, but my Uhlans are being really taken apart, unfortunately. My Cossacks are trying to go... I'm trying to send them to take in the rear of this unit here, right? I mean, that would be the logical thing to do. The 25th is completely shattered. I send in my Pavlovs to take out their 38th. Their 38th is going to be down in no time flat. Yeah, they weren't going to stand for long. So their 39th is pretty much in... Their 39th, their 41st is down half, but this is their most intact unit remaining, is their 39th. And they are going to charge my Grenadiers, but to little avail, because my Grenadiers are some of the best melee units this game has. So mere line infantry is not going to do well against them. I mean, look at those guys in those bearskin hats. Oh, man. Look how many my men are taking quite a few casualties as well, but man, the French, this once intact French unit is taking a lot more. They're down already 50 men. They've lost 40 men in this encounter already. My men have lost maybe 15 to almost 50. Almost 50. 50, maybe 50 to 20. Not much. My men have taken heavy losses, but now these guys go in. And watch, these guys are going to shatter faster than you can say the word. Total war. There we go. These guys have already shattered Fusiliers. These guys are somehow just still engaging, taking out some other guys over here, and they're not paying attention to the 29th. So we gotta rectify that. But yeah, firepower and bayonet charges. Minus the damage that came to my cavalry, firepower and bayonet charges completely wrecked the French army. And speaking of bayonet charges, here's the last one. I do realize that I actually lost about, you'll see in a few minutes. But anyway, that's the end of that French army. They completely rout now. It's over. Yep. I did take heavy losses, as you can see. I took 575 out of 1,444, so that's like somewhere between 30 and 40%. So those are not light losses, but the enemy lost. It looks like they still have over 100 left, but that's actually not true. They lost all 1,629 because I was attacking a settlement that they were defending. So that goes, all 1,600 Frenchmen are gone. And it's true that 240 of those 1,629 were armed citizenry, but those armed citizenry actually probably did a little better than I would have expected, than anyone really would have expected. They actually got a few firepower casualties. I think they caused at least 20 casualties to one of my line infantry units, so I probably underestimated them. And they took out a few of my... They probably killed at least several of my cavalrymen that were engaged with them as well. So they really did have about over 1,600, which is... They outnumbered me by 185, which is not a huge amount, but it's not insignificant either. As far as kills go, look at that for my 6-pounder horse artillery. 179 kills. You don't really get better than that. And now my Pavlovsk Grenadiers, like the best melee units, the best bayonet equipped morale-based units in your entire army, the Pavlovsks, they took like almost 30 losses. They lost almost half of their men, but boy, they took out quite a few. They did a lot better than any of my other infantry, relatively speaking. As far as my regular line infantry goes, these guys here lost 47, did 118, which is pretty decent. My other 6-pounder horse artillery didn't take any losses, and they killed 109. So that's 70 less than their brethren, but still pretty good. These musketeers did pretty well, 95 to 54 losses. 27 to 92. That's actually pretty good for line infantry. 6-pounder foot artillery. Foot artillery usually doesn't do as well as far as getting kills goes, because they typically... the key to using horse artillery is to get your enemies with canister shot with them, and that's exactly what they do with that, like 179, 109. These guys got some canister shot kills, but it was mostly some other projectiles that got them, so they got only 85. My Cossacks lost almost everyone, but they did take out 82 enemies. I mean, my cavalry always get slaughtered in whatever fight I'm in, but they still managed to take out quite a few enemies. So they always play an important part, even if it's self-sacrificial in nature. These musketeers didn't do as well as I had hoped. They lost 67 and only killed 74. Cossacks, 68. Okay, so they did almost 2-to-1 odds as far as kills, the losses. So not too bad. The Jaegers, though, look at the Jaegers. This is what it's about, the Jaegers here. They only lost 9 men between them. And in fact, one of my units was a full 60 and the other was 47. The unit with 60 men in it still has 49 remaining, which is more remaining than my other unit had to begin with, even though that other unit didn't even take any losses in this battle. So that's impressive. So between the two of them, they had 107 men, and they got 121 kills, which is really something. This Ulan's unit did really badly, unfortunately. They lost 39 men and only got 46 kills. I mean, I guess they took out the artillery, which is important, but otherwise, not so well. The Grenadiers didn't even take any losses, which is surprising, and they got 37 kills. Oh, these line infantry took more losses than they did in kills. That's not good. These guys barely did anything either. See, and this is the 8th Regiment. This is the 8th Regiment right here. They only did 19 kills and took 82 losses, but that's because the enemy was focusing all their fire on them for some reason. All of it. I don't really understand it, but yeah, they didn't even give my line infantry, this regiment, the time of day, so it's no wonder they did so poorly in this battle. I mean, half of their line infantry and all their artillery was targeting this regiment. So they did rout. They were that unit you saw routing, and even though they only routed and they didn't shatter, they never recovered, which is unfortunate. And these Jaegers only got 2 kills, but I think I just kept these guys in reserve. That's the problem. I never brought them up to the line for whatever reason. Just kind of an oversight of mine because I was focused on other parts of the battle. But they did still at least get 2 kills and not lose anyone, so whatever. But these Jaegers did incredibly well. I think these Jaegers, the Pavlovsks, the 2 Jaeger units, and that regiment of horse artillery those are the MVPs for this battle for sure. So that is that. So yeah, I took out that entire army and recaptured Tyrann from Napoleon's army. And I even had some units pursue him later on, and I took him out. So I'm just going to load this. I'm going to show you exactly what I've done. Because I'm just going to show you a little bit of what's going on. Come on, loading, 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 loading. Okay, so what I've got here, after having taken Italy back, after that battle, I took back Tyrann, and then I invaded and took out the French army here in Switzerland. So that does that relieves the pressure on me quite a lot, taking that out. I have almost 2 full army stacked here. I've got this line infantry coming up. Join Bennigsen. This guy only has 58 men left. I think this might have been, yes, this is the 8th Regiment of Foot I was just telling you about that got blitzed in that battle. They were down to 37 men when that battle ended, and now they've recouped their losses back, their unit back up to 58 men, which is still not great, but it'll be better than nothing. My Pavlovsks were down to 30 men, and they're now back up to 45. They should be, I think their entire strength would be 90, and so hopefully they can heal back all the way up there before I do anything else with them. This army, some of these men obviously, took really heavy losses, but I've also got plenty of healthy units here too that are almost back up to full strength. So, yeah, and this guy is under, Kaminsky. So Switzerland is completely mine. I also, later, around the same time actually, I sent that army that I had used to conquer Holland, and I sent it also in to conquer Flanders. And I've now got a completely healthy, and experienced a lot of artillery, a lot of cavalry, and a healthy amount of line infantry, and even a couple skirmishers. And I've got another line infantry regiment that I recruited outside right there as well. And I've got another line infantry regiment on the way. So I've done pretty well with... Yeah, I've got some militia to hold down the Netherlands. Hopefully I can do that fine. And obviously I still have... Hopefully I can build like a star fortifications around here soon. Maybe not, probably not next turn, but the turn after that I can probably build some of that. And build star fortifications, which if it's only the Spanish attacking me, I should be able to hold it with a star fortifications and militia. That they should be able to hold down the fort I need to. Just well enough. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much about all that on the Western Front. So probably what I'm going to do at some point, probably not for a while, because I'm probably not going to be playing this game again for several weeks now, because I've got other things in the works. But next time I play, probably what I'll end up doing is using a full stack here, a full stack from Switzerland. Actually, maybe both full stacks from Switzerland if I can get Switzerland held down with enough militia. And use all 3 of those units to close on Strasbourg and then fan out a little bit from there. I know I could probably easily, with the army here, easily take Reims, but that'll put me within way too easy of a striking distance, I feel like, of Paris. And I just don't want to do that. I want to have my men... I want to have Strasbourg taken at least before I go after Reims, so that I can potentially have the guys from Switzerland and southwestern Germany kind of in the vicinity of Reims when I take it, so that I don't have to worry about any attack from Paris. But anyway, the only things I really see is, I mean, I pretty much, as far as I can see, I pretty much outnumber the French on their borders 2-1. I've got almost 2 full stacks in Switzerland that I just took. A whole full stack here in... a full stack basically here in Württemberg. and the full stack here in Flanders. So anyway, that's pretty much the news with the French front. I've got the French on the back foot, definitely. And of course, I took, you might not have seen it, but I did take Greece. And I did take Greece, and I'm pretty much just gonna recruit a few units of militia that are come here next turn. And I'm sending the rest of my army up this way. What I'll probably do, honestly, is have a fleet, pick them up. I'm probably actually going to send them back towards Istanbul. And maybe you know what, I'm going to build a frigate. Just one frigate for now, maybe. I'm still going to take 8 turns. Oh dear. I can't believe that's still going to take 8 turns. I'll build a... Probably don't have to worry about too much, because all I'm planning on doing with them is sending them around here, and then up the Adriatic like this, so as to take out, so as to send that army here and help in the offensive through southern France. So I can kind of have probably a grand total of 4 or 5 army stacks eventually converging on Paris. So anyway, since I took Greece, that's pretty much held down, and the Austrians took out the Ottomans in the Balkans here. And what that has led to is that now the Ottomans are completely out of the game. So the Ottomans are no more, which is just fantastic, by the way. Got a couple units of militia here, right? Yeah, in Constantinople. It's enough to, in Istanbul, I mean, it's pretty much enough to hold everything down, so I'm not too worried. As for why they're suffering such heavy losses, I don't really know, actually. They do have good farmland. At least I thought they did. Where is their farmland? Yeah, this region doesn't really have much in the way of farmland, does it? That might be a problem when it comes to population dynamics. And of course, if you lose population, you also lose tax income. So, I don't know what's going on, but there doesn't really seem like a whole lot I can do about it so far. Of course, I have to also see why it is that the people are leaving. Tax burden. Oh, okay, all right. It's the tax burden that's causing people to leave. Okay, all right. Well, growth in this turn, -17. Tax. But I'm getting 1,500 from taxes. I can't turn that off. Clamor for reform. This is just happiness. Happiness, I think, is all right, but it's the population dynamics. Maybe I can build infrastructure. Oh, I can. That's 4,500 for metalled roads. Dear God. Okay. Well, anyway, guys, that'll probably be it for actually several weeks, because this will probably be the last time I play this game for a while, because I've got some new projects, or at least new games and systems to play on my hands. I just got myself a PS4, and I'm probably going to be playing that for a while. And I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be recording anything on it. I might. It depends on the technical setup that I have, whether or not I'm going to be recording anything on my PS4, but starting probably tomorrow, I'm going to be playing a lot of that stuff, and yeah, maybe recording stuff, but I don't know. But all I do know is that it'll be the last time for a little while, at least, that I play Total War. So you're probably gonna have to expect a hiatus on that front. But who knows? Maybe I will show you some stuff on that I have for my PS4 games. But anyway, that's it for now, and I will see all of you later. Let's save here. Didn't really do anything worthy, but you never know. All right, see you guys.